Hello, my audience. This is my reviews on Ant-Man 3, known as Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. I gotta get a drink. Hang on. Much better. I'm reviewing Ant-Man 3, known as Quantumania, by the studio titled Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I give this a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 I give this. Because, this is when I knew Kane was never going to work as the main threat for the universe going forward. Because they treat him like a punchline of a B-list villain in the movie Quantumania, how he's written, and how he's so easily overpowered by an army of ants, killing him, running him over. It's just stupid. He's pathetic, a villain. And the whole Council of Kings at the end didn't work for me, knowing that that's going to be the main threat, and it just makes me think like these are all variants that are going to get kicked off and kicking easy if Ant-Man and Wasp can just beat them easily. And not even them themselves, but an army of ants by the OG Ant-Man controlling the army of ants is who defeats the bad guy in the end. And kills him off. So, or does Ant-Man goes to head to head with him, not the OG one, Scott Lang Ant-Man, and the movie Quantumania has a pretty brief, but short, brief fight scene between Ant-Man and Kane. And this, look, it's not that great. I mean, it's not bad of an action fight. This is run short. The short time, like, it takes to end the fight. It's short, ended, and starts short, and begins and ends quickly. The fight between Ant-Man and Kane. It's like, Kane just sucks that this was originally going to be the villain going forward instead of Doctor Doom for multiverse event. Is I hear that's what they're going to do now instead of was Kane. Originally, the one would make Kane the main variant threat of the multiverse, but now it's like going to be Doctor Doom, which I think is better because Kane to me never worked as a villain, and this is the first time I've seen him portrayed in cinematic. I see him portrayed by Jonathan Majors. I haven't seen Loki. I only seen one clip with Jonathan Majors on Loki, and both Kanes didn't sell them for me of him being a cool villain. He just feels like a B-list villain, treated like how he's portrayed in every version of variant of him. He's just not complex or interesting or entertaining like Thanos. Entertaining evil. Deliciously evil like Thanos, or like the other villains that got a short run for one outing and from the past with this universe. Kane's just the weakest villain, I think, since what's his name? The guy that played as a character, I think Kane is the weakest villain. Character written wise. All the variants of Kane just suck as villains. That's why Ant-Man 3 gets a 6 out of 10. It just was a letdown. feels very pointless and of a movie to be made. It just wasn't that great. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it just wasn't something I liked. I didn't like it. Ant-Man 3, Quantumania. That's my review on Ant-Man 3, Quantumania. Why Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania gets a 6 out of 10. It's mediocre score. I just didn't like it at all, really. It was boring, a lot of it. And pretty stupid besides boring. But that stupid knowledge is come to expect by any Marvel movie. With some, you know how some every good Marvel, even the good Marvel movies have some stupid writing in it. Well, this has that stupid writing, but it's like just not a whole lot of spectacle with the stupid writing. Action that happens in the movie before the end comes. The movie is very slow, and for some reason, Ant-Man's daughter hates her father because thinks he's a joke as a hero. Thinks that he sucks, and everyone else thinks that he sucks and don't know who he is. So you think he would get more respect after bringing helping the Avengers, but no, he just doesn't. He gets shit respect, and everyone thinks he sucks for some reason. No, I don't know why. You think they have some gratitude after bringing them back from the dead, but no. None of them show him zero respect or empathy. Even at the events of Avengers Endgame that bring them back from the dead. With God's help, with time travel. It's just like, what can you do? Ant-Man can't get no respect. Sucks to be him. Or nobody can get his name right, which sucks to be him, his superhero name. And why does he do still the hero shit? Probably just because he's a good-hearted guy. But everyone has to hate on him. Makes you just hate on everyone else around him except for Ant-Man himself. So yeah, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, is the only one that's likable this time in the movie. Because everyone else treats him like shit. And likes to shit on him when the chance to get. You just want to slap these assholes that he's friends with. Yeah, they're his close friends and family. And likes to shit on Scott for saying how much of a loser he is. And I can't, it's calling him a loser and shit. It just still help the Avengers. You think you get more respect. But zero. By the end of the movie, just felt bad for the idiot. So, what have we learned about this movie? We learned that Kane going forward is not going to work. Because he didn't work against Ant-Man. So it's probably best that they scrapped the Kane idea and brought in Doctor Doom as main threat. Bad news is they made Robert Downey play Doctor Doom. He's not going to play him any different than he's played Robert Downey as Iron Man. As in, I believe 100% that Doctor Doom is going to be a parody of himself, played by Robert Downey. He's not even going to wear the mask that Doom wears. He's going to have this Downey face. but he's still going to wear the costume, but just without the mask. After all, that's what he did with Iron Man, and you guys loved him for that. Oh yeah, remember Iron Man? You know how the first two Iron Man movies and the first Avenger movie outing, how he wore always the helmet with the Iron Man suit, but then as the movie franchise went on with him, he decided to ditch the Iron Man helmet more or less often in each shot, and wore the suit with the Iron Man helmet without the helmet and more often in each shot as the franchise went on with him. And he still played Iron Man like a comedic relief parody of himself, instead of like this Tony Stark that's supposed to be the competent hero that's mostly complex and driven to be a hero because he's so damaged. He tries to be a hero. In the comics, that's a little different than Rob Downey's performance because he plays everything for laughs. That's different than Tony Stark from the 616 or Ultimate Comics, even. So that's how I know he's going to do the same thing with Doctor Doom. Because Doctor Doom is less popular of a character than Iron Man now due to the success of Robert Downey mocked and stained on the character's legacy. So you bet your butt he's going to do the same thing with Doctor Doom. But worse, he's going to double down and leading more into his bag of tricks. And I, like phoning in the room 100% by getting more comedic, more narcissistic of a character. 100%. Think about that. He's going to be Age of Ultron. He's basically going to be he's going to basically be like Ultron from Age of Ultron when he takes on the mantle of Doctor Doom. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I will believe my beliefs until I am proven wrong when the movie comes out. But I know he's going to treat it for laughs, the Doom role, and make it into a comedic character. After all, they done all that with the Avengers and the villains in the universe. Why wouldn't they do the same thing with the Doctor Doom character? They did it with the Mandarin. They did it with Hulk, Bruce Banner. Every other character that shouldn't be a comedic character from the space off the source material is more of a serious character than the source material. And tragic is comedic relief joke character for all the kids. Aren't you happy for bringing your kids to superhero movies now? Now the marketers come so consumed with kid media, they're trying to dumb down these characters to make them friendly and funny. Every one of them. From the source material. Fuck you, kids. And fuck you, parents of America. And fuck the kids of America for seeing these movies. These marketable Marvel cinematic movies, every one of them. That's why Ant-Man Wasp gets a 6 out of 10. It sucks. Goodbye, subscribe, like this video. Support my channel. My name is Jake Allen Graham. That's my name of my channel. Hope you enjoyed my review of my content, Ant-Man 3 movie. Looking for the off button. And I found it.